Hello everyone, welcome to the Tim Booker channel. Wishing you a pleasant listening experience. Today, I'll be interpreting the book Brain Food for you. The subtitle is, The Surprising Science of Eating for Cognitive Power. When it comes to diet, do you know which foods are related to brain health? Feel free to share in the comments. The book we're discussing today emphasizes the close relationship between diet and our brain's health. Choosing foods that benefit brain health can help maintain optimal mental state and cognitive abilities. It also aids in preventing and delaying brain conditions like Alzheimer's disease. On the flip side, adhering to poor dietary habits over the long term can expedite brain deterioration. The author of this book is Lisa Mosconi, a neuroscientist from the United States with a Ph.D. She has dedicated 15 years to neuroscience research and currently leads the Nutrition and Brain Health Laboratory at New York University. Additionally, she serves as the Associate Director of the Alzheimer's Prevention Clinic at Weill Cornell Medical College. The author endeavors to put her research into practice by promoting brain-boosting recipes on her personal website and blog. She frequently shares culinary tips and techniques. Lisa Mosconi has been featured in over 80 reputable media outlets, including the Associated Press, Reuters, the New York Times, and the Wall Street Journal. Within this book, the author approaches the subject matter from professional perspectives such as neuroscience, nutrition, and the microbiome. She integrates the research findings of hundreds of scientists with her own years of study to provide us with a comprehensive guide to brain-boosting diets. Next, I'll dissect the main contents of this book into two parts. 1. The unique nutritional requirements of the brain. 2. Dietary principles that benefit the brain. Let's begin with the first part to explore the brain's unique nutritional requirements compared to other parts of the body. As a vital yet delicate organ, the brain boasts an exclusive security system known as the blood-brain barrier, a cellular barrier between the bloodstream and brain tissue. Only nutrients deemed safe and beneficial for the brain can permeate this barrier. Firstly, water takes the spotlight as it efficiently crosses the blood-brain barrier. While commonly recognized as essential for life, its critical role in intellectual functioning often goes unnoticed. Water constitutes the primary component of the human brain, comprising about 80% of its content, while other bodily areas contain roughly 60%. Furthermore, water participates in every chemical reaction within the brain. Moreover, water acts as a carrier of oxygen, crucial for the normal functioning of brain cells. It also facilitates the absorption of other nutrients and the elimination of waste. The brain is particularly sensitive to dehydration, wherein the intake of water falls short of the body's water expenditure. Dehydration accelerates brain shrinkage associated with aging and conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Studies indicate that dehydration leads to thinning and reduced volume in certain brain regions. Fortunately, reversing the effects of dehydration can occur within a few days by increasing water intake. In fact, even a slight reduction of 3% to 4% in daily water intake can immediately impact the brain, causing fatigue, reduced energy, headaches, and emotional fluctuations. So, how much water should one drink daily for brain health? General recommendations suggest that an adult should consume nearly 2 liters of water daily. However, this amount may vary based on age, environment, activity levels, and other specific needs. As individuals age, the brain requires more water, as older individuals are more susceptible to imbalances in brain water content. This imbalance might exacerbate declining cognitive abilities and neurological diseases like Alzheimer's. The quality of water matters too. Hard water, rich in minerals like calcium and enzymes, proves more beneficial for our body and brain health compared to purified water, which lacks these beneficial minerals. Bottled mineral water and boiled tap water are examples of hard water. On the contrary, purified water lacks these essential minerals. Nevertheless, not all of our daily water intake needs to come directly from drinking water. Approximately 20% of our daily water intake can be derived from food. Additionally, opting for water-rich foods such as fresh fruits and vegetables can reduce the need for 1 to 2 glasses of water. In summary, increasing water intake and consuming water-rich foods can contribute to a healthier brain and improved cognitive abilities. For the brain, the second crucial nutrient is fat. In terms of weight, brain fats constitute 11% of its total weight. However, these fats aren't functional but instead contribute to building nerve cells. For instance, phospholipids and cholesterol, which make up 70% of brain fats, form the cell membranes of nerve cells. Fats consist of triglycerides and fatty acid molecules. Fatty acids, based on their chemical structure, are categorized into saturated fatty acids and unsaturated fatty acids, further divided into monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids. Only polyunsaturated fatty acids, especially omega-3 fatty acids, smoothly pass through the blood-brain barrier. The brain necessitates polyunsaturated fatty acids to create larger, more complex fats, namely, phospholipids and cholesterol, as mentioned earlier. Humans can't synthesize polyunsaturated fatty acids independently, hence, they must be obtained through diet, known as essential fatty acids. Specifically, they comprise omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, each with distinct functions. Omega-6 fatty acids stimulate inflammation, activating the body's immune system during infections or injuries. Conversely, omega-3 fatty acids possess anti-inflammatory properties, reducing inflammation post-danger resolution. Scientific studies highlight the importance of maintaining a balanced intake of omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids for a healthy immune system and brain, ideally in a 2-to-1 ratio. The recommended daily intake stands at 8 grams of omega-6 and 4 grams of omega-3 fatty acids. However, in many countries, people consume excessive omega-6 while lacking omega-3 due to the prevalence of omega-6 in common animal and vegetable oils like butter, lard, corn oil, peanut oil, and sunflower seed oil. Overconsumption of omega-6 rich foods is linked to immune-related diseases such as atherosclerosis, arthritis, autoimmune conditions, and neurological disorders like Alzheimer's. Sources of omega-3 fatty acids are relatively limited. EPA and DHA, mainly found in deep-sea fish like salmon and mackerel, are challenging to obtain in sufficient quantities if one doesn't regularly consume these fish. ALA, derived from soybeans, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and algae, needs conversion to DHA, which is inefficient. Research suggests that adequate intake of omega-3 fatty acids combats age-related cognitive decline and reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Studies indicate a 70% higher risk of Alzheimer's in individuals consuming less than 1 gram of omega-3 compared to those consuming over 4 grams daily. Reducing omega-6 intake while increasing omega-3 consumption from sources like salmon, herring, fish roe, or supplements containing DHA can suffice. Additionally, foods rich in phospholipids, essential for brain cell membranes, include fish, shellfish, eggs, soybeans, oats, peas, and certain plant-based sources. Other types of fatty acids, while unable to penetrate the blood-brain barrier, influence the brain differently. Monounsaturated fatty acids in olive oil and avocados benefit heart health and indirectly impact brain health. On the contrary, excessive intake of saturated fatty acids from animal meat and dairy products isn't favorable for the brain. Although not directly entering the brain, high consumption of saturated fats thickens the blood, affecting oxygen delivery to the brain and potentially leading to cognitive impairments. Moreover, trans fats derived from hydrogenated food processing, present in commercially packaged baked goods like donuts, cakes, and cookies, pose severe health risks. Even minimal intake of trans fats, approximately 2 grams per day, increases the risk of cognitive decline and dementia in older individuals. These fats induce inflammation, heightening the risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and subsequently, dementia. Current food labeling standards in various countries allow a certain tolerance for trans fats, permitting labels to claim zero trans fats if the content is below a specified threshold, e.g., 0.3 grams per 100 grams. Hence, it's crucial to avoid or minimize intake of trans fats by limiting consumption of fried or baked goods. For the brain, the third most crucial nutrient is protein, specifically the amino acids that constitute protein. In the brain, there are over 100 types of neurotransmitters responsible for transmitting information between nerve cells, influencing thoughts, speech, dreams, and memory. Amino acids serve as raw materials for synthesizing these neurotransmitters, and some are particularly vital for brain function. The first essential amino acid is tryptophan, crucial for synthesizing a neurotransmitter called serotonin. This neurotransmitter is closely related to our emotions. Low levels of serotonin in the brain can lead to brief and infrequent signals of happiness, potentially causing anxiety, depression, and affecting sleep, memory, and appetite. Since the body can't produce tryptophan on its own, it must be obtained from the diet. Foods rich in tryptophan include chia seeds, wheat, oats, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, milk, yogurt, chicken, and fish. Research indicates that consuming carbohydrates along with tryptophan-rich foods helps tryptophan pass through the blood-brain barrier, promoting serotonin production. For instance, adding a spoonful of honey to milk can enhance tryptophan utilization. The second crucial amino acid for the brain is phenylalanine, essential for dopamine synthesis. Dopamine influences desire and sensations, transmitting excitement and happiness. Dopamine irregularities are associated with Parkinson's disease, ADHD, schizophrenia, among others. Phenylalanine, also obtained solely from the diet, is widely available in high-protein animal and plant products. Moving beyond fats and proteins, the brain's need for carbohydrates is vital. Glucose, a functional substance alongside fats in the body, is the brain's primary energy source under normal conditions. Glucose readily penetrates the blood-brain barrier, supplying energy to billions of neurons in the brain. A portion of glucose is converted into glycogen to ensure the brain has energy reserves for approximately a day. Once the brain senses sufficient glucose, the glucose channels on the blood-brain barrier close, limiting further glucose entry into the brain. Studies suggest that an adult brain needs around 62 grams of glucose every 24 hours to remain active and healthy. If glucose supply drops below 50 grams per day, depleting glycogen stores, the brain is at risk. Severe hypoglycemia can cause rapid loss of consciousness. However, the brain has a backup plan. If glucose supply is inadequate, it seeks assistance from the liver, which breaks down fats to produce ketones as an alternative energy source for the brain. Yet, relying solely on ketones isn't suitable for prolonged periods, as the brain still requires at least 30% of its energy from glucose even when using ketones. Therefore, completely avoiding carbohydrates, as in a ketogenic diet, isn't optimal for the long term. Overall, the brain functions best under the influence of glucose. Natural sources of glucose like grapes, dates, and honey are better than processed desserts as they directly provide energy to the brain without additional fat or energy burdens. For instance, 3 tablespoons of honey can satisfy the daily requirement of 62 grams of glucose, whereas consuming the equivalent glucose from chocolate would require around 7.26 kilograms. Apart from water and the 3 major nutrients, the brain also has preferences concerning vitamins and minerals. For instance, vitamin B6 is incredibly important for the brain. Without vitamin B6, the brain can't produce neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Vitamin B6 is widely present in various natural foods, such as sunflower seeds, pistachios, fish, especially tuna, shellfish, lean meat, and animal organs. Plant-based sources include avocados, leafy greens, cabbage, bananas, and garlic, which has the highest vitamin B6 content. Just 100 grams of garlic can meet your daily requirement of vitamin B6. Choline, another vitamin within the B6 group, is also crucial for the brain. The brain relies on choline to synthesize acetylcholine, an essential neurotransmitter vital for memory and learning. A deficiency in acetylcholine increases the risk of Alzheimer's disease exponentially. While the liver can synthesize 10% of the body's choline, the rest must be obtained from the diet. Egg yolks are rich in choline, followed by caviar, shiitake mushrooms, and others. Additionally, antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin E are crucial for brain health. Since the brain constantly operates, it undergoes oxidative stress, generating numerous free radicals that harm brain cells. Vitamins C and E counteract these damages. Research even suggests that vitamin E can slow cognitive decline in Alzheimer's patients. However, antioxidants from supplements don't show the same effects as those from fresh fruits and vegetables. Minerals also play a crucial role in brain health and activity. However, deficiency isn't the main concern. Instead, excess intake of certain minerals poses risks. Studies indicate that excessive intake of iron, zinc, and copper in older adults increases the risk of cognitive impairment. Excessive intake of these minerals may accelerate brain aging due to increased oxidative stress. Sometimes, an interaction between excessive minerals and other dietary issues can pose greater risks. For instance, high levels of copper in daily diets combined with high saturated and trans fat intake can speed up cognitive decline. Copper is found in various sources, including seafood, animal organs, and legumes like peas. If you're taking multivitamins, particularly if you already consume a high-fat diet, pay attention to excessive copper intake. In the second part, let's discuss the dietary principles that benefit the brain. There are two main principles. The first is to choose recipes that the brain favors. What does the brain prefer in a recipe? Combining nutritional studies, evolutionary theories regarding the brain, and the dietary patterns observed in blue zones, specifically, longevity zones, the author proposes the brain's preference for predominantly plant-based diets with moderate beneficial fats. Scientists believe that throughout most of human evolution, plant-based foods primarily provided the majority of calories. Research on existing hunter-gatherer tribes worldwide indicates that 65% of their diets consist of plant-based foods, while animal-based foods from hunting contribute to no more than 35%. This underscores the fundamental role plant-based foods have played in human brain evolution over millions of years. Studies on the dietary habits of long-living individuals in blue zones across the world, including Sardinia in Italy, Ikaria in Greece, Okinawa in Japan, the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, and Loma Linda in California, reveal similar dietary patterns centered around plant-based foods. Among these healthy centenarians, 98% are primarily plant-based eaters, relying on fresh vegetables, fruits, grains, legumes, various nuts, and seeds. These foods are rich in essential nutrients required by the brain. Vegetables and fruits provide necessary vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber essential for gut microbiota. Legumes, nuts, and seeds offer omega-3 unsaturated fatty acids. Many plants also contain natural glucose, meeting the brain's energy needs. Thus, a diet primarily comprising plant-based foods is indeed the key to maintaining brain health. However, this doesn't mean complete vegetarianism. Instead, it suggests incorporating more plant-based foods into daily meals. The author suggests including vegetables in both lunch and dinner daily, consuming whole fruits at least once a day, rather than fruit juices, and consuming legumes or whole grains at least 4 times a week. Apart from plant-based emphasis, a brain-boosting diet should also include moderate amounts of high-quality fats. Fats, regardless of their quality, burden the body with energy. A good strategy involves controlling total fat intake and consuming more beneficial fats for the brain and body, such as those containing omega-3 fatty acids and monounsaturated fats, while reducing intake of omega-6 fatty acids and saturated fats. The primary source of high-quality fats is fish. Surprisingly, in the evolution of human ancestors, fish were the most consumed animal product rather than meat. Abundant archaeological evidence suggests early humans resided near water bodies, allowing access to rich aquatic resources such as fish, shellfish, amphibians, and reptiles. These aquatic foods are rich in proteins and vitamins crucial for overall nervous system health. Research indicates that consuming quality fish and shellfish can reduce the risk of memory loss and dementia. Most longevity suggestions recommend consuming fish at least once a week, while the author suggests consuming fish 2 to 3 times per week. However, large fish like tuna and shark often contain high mercury levels. Pregnant women, especially, should avoid fish with high mercury content. Another method to intake high-quality fats is to replace cooking oils high in omega-6 fatty acids with those rich in omega-3s and monounsaturated fats. Flaxseed oil is the highest in omega-3 fatty acids among plant-based oils, providing approximately 7 grams per tablespoon. Oils rich in omega-6 fatty acids such as sunflower, corn, soybean, and peanut oils should be consumed less. Olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil, rich in monounsaturated fats, frequently consumed in the Mediterranean diet, is beneficial for health. Moreover, to prevent rapid brain aging and reduce the risk of heart disease, it's advisable to avoid excessive intake of saturated fats from animal products. Centenarians in blue zones rarely consume meat and dairy, usually saving these for special celebrations. The author recommends limiting red meat consumption to once a week, portioning it to approximately the size of your palm, about 56 to 84 grams, opting for lean cuts rather than fatty ones, avoiding chicken skin, and limiting milk consumption to 200 milliliters daily. Finally, eggs are a good source of several essential nutrients. The author suggests consuming 2 to 3 eggs per week to ensure adequate choline supply necessary for the brain. The second dietary principle for maintaining brain health involves emphasizing the quality of ingredients. This principle encompasses 3 layers of meaning. Firstly, the focus should be on choosing food rather than isolated nutrients. The human body is a complex system where nutrients don't simply add up in a straightforward 1 + 1 = 2 relationship. Sometimes, they complement each other, like vitamin C enhancing iron absorption, while other times, they counteract each other, such as the absorption battle between calcium and zinc in the body. It's difficult to achieve the desired effects by solely incorporating certain isolated nutrients. Increasing scientific evidence indicates that nutrient supplements don't equate to the nutrition obtained from food. Most of our required nutrients can and should come from natural foods. Considering supplements is only necessary when a deficiency in nutrient-rich foods might occur. Always consult a doctor before supplement intake to avoid potential deficiencies. The second layer of emphasizing quality implies choosing natural, unprocessed foods over processed ones. To derive the full nutritional benefits from the foods we eat, it's crucial to consume mostly whole or minimally processed foods. Centenarians worldwide seldom consume processed or packaged foods. Their diets often consist of freshly harvested produce, ensuring maximum nutrient retention. Food processing significantly reduces nutrient content, such as milling wheat, polishing rice, or filtering corn flour, leading to considerable losses in vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber primarily found in the outer layers and husks. The B group vitamins are particularly affected, losing up to 50% of their nutritional value due to these processes. Other methods like freezing and canning also result in nutrient loss. Additionally, food processing introduces unhealthy components like trans fats and food additives. Emulsifiers used to enhance food texture and appearance, for instance, can be particularly harmful to gut microbiota. Furthermore, how food is consumed affects its nutritional value. In most cases, for vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds, raw consumption offers the best nutritional benefits. Enzymes, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants in these raw agricultural products remain intact, preserving their nutritional value. However, some vegetables are better consumed cooked. Cooking can enhance the nutritional content of certain vegetables. Steaming or lightly roasting carrots and tomatoes, for instance, releases antioxidants like carotenoids and lycopene from cell walls, aiding in easier digestion and absorption. For grains and legumes, sprouting can transform these foods into nutritional powerhouses. Sprouting activates various enzymes in seeds, making them more digestible and significantly reducing cooking time, minimizing nutrient loss. Concerning animal products, except for very high-quality items like sashimi, cooking is essential to eliminate bacteria and pathogens. Cooking meat in a pan or using grilling methods common in Western cuisine effectively aids digestion. However, frying increases the production of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, compounds formed by the reaction of carbohydrates with proteins at high temperatures, potentially causing serious reactions. Finally, the manner of using cooking oils matters. For oils rich in omega-3 unsaturated fatty acids like olive oil and flaxseed oil, consuming them raw maximizes their nutritional value. For cooking, it's ideal to choose oils with high smoke points, indicating the highest temperature they can be used before breaking down. Canola oil, with a smoke point of 240 degrees Celsius, is an excellent choice for cooking. The third layer of emphasizing ingredient quality implies choosing organic foods. For our brain health, the author suggests opting for high-quality organic products whenever possible. For instance, Buying organic vegetables and fruits helps avoid ingesting chemical toxins like pesticides, while opting for organic meat and dairy products reduces antibiotic intake. Organic certification standards specify that, except for medicinal purposes, animals should not be given antibiotics as additives. Antibiotics can kill beneficial gut bacteria. You might worry that buying organic foods will cost significantly more, but reallocating the money spent on processed foods could likely cover organic food expenses and more. Alright, that's the main content of this book. In the field of life sciences, there's a discipline called epigenetics. It refers to how your lifestyle choices can activate or deactivate certain genetic switches, consequently impacting your ultimate health and cognitive state. Among all lifestyle-related factors, diet plays a predominant role because we eat every day, consistently throughout our lives. This even sparked a new scientific field called nutritional genomics. Nevertheless, to achieve overall brain and body health, besides understanding more reasonable dietary principles, you also need a combination of lifestyle choices such as exercise, sleep, stress reduction, and mental exercises. In the author's words, genes load the gun, but it's the choices you make day in and day out that pull the trigger. Which dietary principle are you ready to start changing in your eating habits? Feel free to share your thoughts. Alright, this book has been decoded for you. Congratulations, you've finished another book. Thank you all for listening to the Tim Booker channel. Please subscribe to the Tim Booker channel, like, and share this valuable knowledge with your friends. Let's combine wisdom with practice, achieve our financial goals, and create a better future together. Thank you, goodbye.